Let us look at one more example. It says an open box of maximum volume is to be made from a square piece of metal. Suppose there is a square piece of metal, okay, and you want to make a box from this square piece of metal. So how do you do that? Is you cut it, right? You cut it from the corner. So you cut it from the corner like this. I mean, you don't cut the hole, but you just let me mark it, and then you cut it square from each of the corners, okay, and then you remove that square, right? You remove this square, you remove this one, you remove that piece, that square piece, you remove that square piece, and then you remove that square piece, and you fold it up, right? You just turning up, and then that will give you a square, right? How does the square look like? That square with the orange color look like this, right? So it will look like this is this part, right? That part is that one, and then you just make a little bit up, right? Like this, and then just this is like that, and then join it like this. So this is the lifted part, right? This is the torn part. So this is what that box look like, right? So suppose this is the X. That is the length or the side of the square that is to be removed. It has length X, okay? So let us complete reading this question first. So an open box of maximum volume is to be made from a square piece of metal 24 inch a side. So originally it is 24 inch, and this is also 24 inch, right? Side by cutting equal square from each corner and turning up the side. So you are cutting the squares. Suppose you are cutting the square of length X, okay? You remove that X inch here, X inch here, X inch square here, X inch square here. So all the sides of the original metal piece has 24 inch, right? So what is the length of the remaining? If you remove that piece, that piece, that piece, so what is the length? So the total was 24, and you remove X from this side and X from this side, so that will be 2X. So 24 minus 2X is the basically the length, or this is the length of each side, right? This is 24 minus 2X, that will be 24 minus 2X because all the X units are removed from there, right? So that will be 24 minus. So this is basically 24 minus 2X, and that side is also 24 minus 2X, right? This side is also 24 minus 2X. So what you can do is basically this is 24 minus 2X, and this side is also 24 minus 2X, right? And after you remove that, you fold it, you turn it up, and then you get that side is turning up. So what is the height of this box? The height of this box is basically X inch, right? So that thing is basically, let me write that way. So this part is also X unit. So this box has the base with a square of 24 minus 2X, 24 minus 2X square base, and the height is X, right? So this is basically the box. So do you remember what is the volume of the box? So the volume is basically length times breadth, or the width times the height, right? So that's how you write that. So let me write on the, so the first question is write the volume in terms of X. So the volume will be length times the width times the height. So that will be 24 minus 2X times 24 minus 2X times the X, right? So if you simplify this, you will get 24 minus 2X square times the X, right? Next thing you want to do is find the critical numbers from volume function. So to find out the critical numbers, what you do? You find out the derivative, right? So how do I find out the derivative of that? So what will be V prime? Let me show the expression for the V prime. V prime will be, so you need to use the product rule, right? So this is like F, this is like a G, right? So what is the derivative of F? It is like U square. So what is the derivative? It will be 2, and then U is 24 minus 2X times to the U minus 1, and then X stays the same, and then plus that thing F times G prime, right? So 24 minus 2X square. So if you simplify that, what do you get? By the way, the derivative of negative 2X is negative negative 2. So I forgot that, because when you find out the derivative of u prime, so u square, what is the derivative of u square? That will be 2u times the u prime, right? So there is a negative 2 times negative 2, because it is like 2 and then 24 minus 2x times to the 2 minus 1 and minus 1, that is 2u, right? Times u prime will be negative 2. The derivative of the inside will be negative 2. So if you simplify this, you will get negative 2 times x times 4 is negative 4, 2 is negative 4x, and then 24 minus 2x, right? And then plus 24 minus 2x to the square. So for the critical number, you do v prime equals to 0, right? So that implies, what is v prime? That is the v prime. So let me simplify this. I want to factor out 24 minus 2x. From that, you get 24 minus 2x taken out. What is left is negative 4x plus 24 minus 2x. 24 minus 2x. If you simplify that, what do you get? 24 minus 2x. And then inside it will be 24 minus 6x. 24 minus 6x. This is v prime, simplified form of v prime. You said that equals to 0. In that case, you will say the first parenthesis equals to 0 and then second parenthesis equals to 0. So if you do that, what do you get? You will basically get, so basically you will get 24 minus 2x equals to 0 implies. So what do? You add 2x on both sides, right? And then you'll get 24 equals to 2x. 24 equals to 2x. This implies x equals to 12, right? This is one value, one critical number. For the another critical number, you do the second parenthesis equals to 0. So you get 24 minus 6x equals to 0. If you just add 6x on both sides and then divide by 6, this implies x equals to 4. So these are the two values, two critical values. Okay. So our goal is to maximize the volume, right? To maximize the volume, what you do, you find out you want to maximize the volume function here. You want to maximize that function, right? For that, you find the critical numbers by finding the first derivative. Set that equals to 0. You got the critical numbers. Now we need to do the second derivative. Okay. So how do I find out the second derivative? To find out the second derivative, you can find the derivative of this first derivative function. This is the simplified form of the first derivative. So what is the v double prime? So v double prime is, it is like again f times g, right? So f prime is negative 2 times g is 24 minus 6x, right? And then plus f times g prime is 24 minus 2x times the g prime is negative 6. If you simplify that, what do you get? You will get, so negative 2 times 24 is negative 48 plus 12x, and then plus 24 times negative 6 will be negative, I think it will be 144, because 24 times 6 is 144, and then plus 12x. So if you simplify this, basically you will get 24x minus 192. That's what you will get. And then what is the next step for the maximizing volume? You plug in that critical numbers on v double prime. Okay. So what is the first critical number? So you do at x equals to 12. What is v double prime? You just plug in that 24 times 12 minus 192, right? What is 24 times 12? It will be 288, I think. So that will be 288 minus 192. Do you get positive? Yes, it is positive, right? So it will be minimum. So if you take x equals to 12, then you will get the minimum volume. So at x equals to 4, what is v double prime? If you take x equals to 4, that is 24 times 4 is 90. I think it is 96. So 96 minus 192 will be negative 96, right? So it is negative basically. I don't care how much do I get. I just care the sign. So it will be maximum. So what do you get? If you want to get the maximum volume, x must be 4. That's what it says, right? So for maximum volume, we need x, meaning you need to take the 4 inch out from each corner. That's what it says, right? X must be 4. And what is the maximum volume when the x is 4? You just plug in here. When x is 4, you will get 24 minus 2 times 4 is 8. 24 minus 8 is 16, right? 16 times 16 is how much? Is that 256? 16 times 16 is 256 times 4 is 1024. That's what you will get. So 1024. This is what you will get the maximum volume. So x equals to 4 is the required dimension that you need to cut from each factor and then remove that. And then in that case, the total volume, the maximum volume will be 1024. If you get x equals 12, the question, our analysis shows that you will get the minimum volume. Okay, let's see whether that is right or not. If x is 12, what do you get there? When x is 12, you will get length is 0, width is 0. So the volume will be 0 when x is 12. If you cut 12 inch out from each corner, then there is nothing left there, right? So all of them will be cutting out. So basically in that case, the volume will be 0. So that will be the minimum volume. Okay.